Okay, hi everyone. It's Kisha Zullo. I'm founder of the Women in Business Summit, and I'm so excited to be joined by Chief Chikmedia herself, Meghan Rothschild. Meghan,
Hello.
why don't you introduce yourself to everyone who hasn't had the pleasure of meeting you?
Yes, so I am Meghan Rothschild. I am president of Chikmedia, which is a full service marketing and public relations firm. I am also a professor of marketing, PR, social media, etc. And proud fur mom to two dogs and a kitty. And yeah, from Western Mass.
And people can listen to you on the radio, and
Yeah,
you
I know I
have
always forget all my things.
you so many things. If you follow her out with Megan on IG or
Yes.
any of their Chick Media Facebook pages, you will see that this woman is a boss, and we are so honored to have her as one of our speakers for this year's Women in Business Summit that's coming up on September 13th. So I thought this was the perfect time for our attendees to get a sneak peek into your life and who you are, and then join us at WIB Summit so you can get to know her in person and attend her workshop. So your workshop this year is called Marketing Strategy for Small Business, the importance of having a plan. So what led you to your field, first of all?
Being really bad at math, if I'm going to be honest. So I actually originally wanted to be a marine biologist. And I went off to school and realized that was not going to cut it for me. I was much better at communications than I was at math and science. So I chose communications. I actually went to school for journalism. But when I got out into the workplace, I realized that I had a passion for marketing and communications. And so I really realized that I liked blending the public relations and the marketing side. And that's really what has set me on the path for the last almost 20 years of my career.
Awesome. And when did you make the transition to becoming a small business owner or a business owner? Like, what was that
Yeah.
shift for you?
I did that 11 years ago. I can't believe
Um,
it. Never wanted to be an entrepreneur, never wanted to run my own business. But to be frank, just kept running into issues in the workplace with sexual harassment, with being devalued and belittled and not being trusted. And I finally just said, what if I did my own thing? And I started the business on the side and realized the universe never lets you down. It
no.
pushes you where you need to go. And it made it very clear to me that running a business, doing my own thing and being an entrepreneur
Mhm.
was where I needed to be. So I made that. I started the business 11 years ago, but I made the leap to go full time about 8 or 9 years ago.
Awesome. And for those listening who are in the same boat, because that was me, I was working full time and then I started my business on the side on weekends whenever I could fit it in. And now, full-time entrepreneur. For those of our audience members who are in that similar boat, what would you, as you reflect back on the last 11 years, what was the most challenging part of making the switch? And if you had to change one thing from the start, what would that one thing be?
Yeah, I think the biggest challenge is exactly what you said. I was not in a position to just make the leap and do it full time,
Mhm.
100%. I had to continue working full time while building the business on the side. And I actually, being a professor and having a lot of students who want to be entrepreneurs, I say to them all the time, if you can find a way to do both, do it, because you really do need the full-time work experience before you can run your own business. And it also gives you the financial stability that you need.
Mhm.
When I was doing both, I was funneling everything that I made from the business back into building the business because I
Right,
still had a full-time salary. So
right.
I think that was the best way that I could do it. And I do recommend it if people can swing it. In terms of what I would change, I think I would have done it sooner, like actually started the business sooner. I had
Mhm.
so many fears about making the leap. And, and I'm lucky enough, I have a very supportive husband who was like, do it, do it, do it. But I was too scared. And
Yeah.
I spent years doing both because I didn't want to disappoint him. I didn't want to cause us to have financial hardship. I was
Mhm.
scared. And I wish I had believed in myself a little bit sooner, but it all worked out. Everything happens
That's
for.
yeah, like you said, the universe its timing is perfect, and so here we are. You are a thriving business, and I just love everything that I see coming out of Chick Media. It's really really exciting. So I want to ask you, your workshop is marketing strategy for small business, the importance of having a plan. Where, if you're a small business owner, and first of all, I want to clear some things up because I'm not a marketing person. Please explain the difference between marketing, branding, having a logo versus,
Yeah.
I think I'm fancy because I have my logo all set, but it's more than that. I've learned the difference between marketing and branding. Can you just talk a little bit about that? And then the last question I'll ask you is about a tip for a small business owner.
Yeah. So branding is where you want to start. Branding is
Okay.
the who you are, the why you do what you do. It's your mission statement. It's your logo. It's your fonts that you use. It's the
Fonts.
colors that you use, right?
Okay.
It's not just, oh, my colors are pink. There's an actual Pantone mathematical equation that makes the pink that we use. So it's all of those things. Think about it as if you were sitting down with someone who didn't know anything about your business and you started to explain and visually show your business. That's the brand.
Mm.
And we have to start there before we start doing the marketing, which is the things like the advertisement placements,
Right.
social media, website, all of that external communication pieces that are going to start bringing people into your business. That's the marketing piece, the stuff that we pay for, the stuff that we develop content for, the messaging, the sales, the promotions, that falls under the marketing category.
Thank you for that explanation. I don't think it can be explained. I want to hear it over and over and over again because it does take. It takes a while for you to understand that, working on your brand is definitely separate than working on your marketing plan.
Most people skip it. Most people skip it. They jump right into marketing, and I'm like, but you don't have a brand, so what are you marketing, right?
Right.
Sometimes we got to take a couple steps back before we can go forward.
Right. And no shade if you have to, sometimes we learn and we have to go and shore up our foundation. So that's very key. I'm glad you explained that to everyone watching. And then as far as the importance of having a plan for a small business owner in the workshop that you're going to be delivering at WIB Summit, what's one tip for a small business owner of where to start to build that plan?
Yeah, as cliche as it sounds, starting with what budget you're comfortable with to dedicate to marketing is really, really key. And there's a reason for that. Number one, you don't want to get in over your head, right? You don't want to sit down and design this gorgeous plan that's, $100,000 and all of a sudden you go, wait, I have $2,000 to spend this year. So you have to really look at where am I comfortable? And a general rule of thumb is 5 to 10% of your revenue should be reinvested into your marketing. And that can be a lot for people, but you don't want to wait to market until you are in dire need of marketing, because then you don't have money to do it. So starting with a budget, and for my people who are new and are just starting their business, one of the biggest mistakes I see entrepreneurs make is they invest all this money into their business and they forget a line item for marketing. So now they've got this gorgeous product or service and they have no way to tell people it exists. It is no longer if you build it, they will come. You have to spend money to attract clientele and your audience. And so just be prepared for that. And again, if it's modest in your first year, that's okay. But just know you're going to need to spend some dollars to get people interested in what you're selling.
Because it feeds your pipeline, it's how you keep your business flowing. Awesome. Thank you. I appreciate you sharing that. So before we wrap up and we let everyone know where to find you on socials, I'd love to do this or that. So books or movies?
Movies.
Early bird or night owl?
Night owl.
Coffee or tea?
Oh, coffee in the morning, tea in the afternoon.
Oh, interesting. Okay, I was thinking you're a coffee all day person, but that's great. City life or country life?
City life, 100%.
Beach vacation or mountain retreat?
Beach.
Okay, podcasts or audiobooks?
Podcasts.
Writing or speaking?
Speaking.
Oh, planning or spontaneity?
Oh, planning. I'm a planner.
Awesome. Okay, and then the last one is, let's see, let me pick a really good last one. Live events or virtual sessions?
Live events.
Yes, and speaking of live events, you're going to get to see Meghan at WIB Summit on September 13th at MGM Springfield. Go to WIBsummit.com to register. We are so excited to see you there. Our theme this year is breaking barriers with some amazing speakers, and the energy is just going to be top. So if you're not there, I'm sorry for you. So be there. Where can people follow you on social media?
Yeah, so Instagram is my baby. So you want to head over to Out with Meghan, MEGHAN. That's my handle. You'll find all my adventures there. You can follow me on the other social networks, but you'll be most entertained by my Instagram.
Yes, you will not be disappointed. So thank you so much, Meghan, for this time. I cannot wait to see you in a few weeks. And yeah, we've told you everything. So go to WIBsummit.com. Take care, everybody.
Bye, everyone.